Hello boys and girls, it's Doing Like Nomad here, back with you today with some more Destiny 2 news. So there's been an article published by Edge magazine. Now, for those of you who haven't heard of Edge magazine, it's a multi-format video game magazine published by Future PLC in the UK. There was a Reddit user called Kapowaz who's had his magazine a couple of days early, and he's shared with us a few of the quotes from the magazine. And obviously I will leave the links to all the sources from this video in the bottom, so you can check it out for yourselves. So the lucky people at Edge magazine have had their hands on the game and completed all the story mode. And they've mentioned a few points that I'm going to mention today as well. Basically, they've said that there's going to be over 80 missions and PvE activities. And obviously each one is substantial in length, challenge, story and rewards, which means obviously the story is going to be longer. It's going to be a lot more of a challenge, so you're going to have to work together with the team and be tactical about how you go about completing the missions. Obviously the story is going to be longer and it's got a load of cutscenes, which is great really, because in Destiny 1 there was cutscenes, but there wasn't action in the cutscenes. It was every cutscene had talking in it. Like, wouldn't it be cool to have your Guardian fighting alongside Cade? I mean, there you are wrecking up the Red Legion, and Cade's standing back chatting about how good he is with the Ace of Spades or something. You know, just being the general exo clown that he is. As I've already mentioned, there's over 80 missions and activities. Whether that is 80 missions and then another such and such more PvE activities, or whether the 80 is included altogether. But either way, this seems like there's going to be a lot more to do. And according to Arix, there's 43 missions in the Destiny 1. Obviously, I've not counted this myself. This is just what I've got off his video. So we already have double what we had in Destiny 1, which is fantastic. So we're going to have plenty to do once the actual main game is done. I'm really hoping we get a good, probably about 50 to 60 hours of story and cutscenes to keep our Destiny playing appetite wet. Now, something I've seen not a lot of with some of the gameplay, and obviously in the beta, there wasn't any materials to pick up. Now, I don't know if that's just a thing that was not put in the beta, or whether they're going to include it into the new full game. But I speculate that every planet will have a material that you need to pick up that will help upgrade your armor and stuff like that. So that'll be pretty cool. So we know Nightfall Strike's coming back, which is brilliant, because I really enjoyed them, and especially in year 1 they were so much of a challenge. But now they're bringing in a time limit for them. So I'm similar to the Sunrise bounty you get from the Age of Triumph. You'll have to do it in a specific time to get the rewards. Now, I don't know if you don't do the Nightfall on time, whether it sends you straight back to orbit and wipes your whole team out and they have to start it again. I don't know how it works. Maybe it is like the Sunrise bounty, where if you didn't do it within the 30 minutes, you didn't get the reward from doing it. So I don't know. It'll be quite interesting to see. So now I'm going to read a quote from one of the articles. It says, "There is so much new content that at one point in development, they realized they had more content than progression." Now, they said they have fixed this, so obviously they've learnt a lot from when Edge played the game, and obviously they've given their feedback, and it's just developed from that, so which is fantastic for us. Now, because of the beta, obviously they didn't give us full access to everything the new game will be giving us, and obviously the energy weapons were the same. It says, quote, "The beta did not contain the final implementation of how energy weapons work against AI combatants with elemental shields." So for instance, like if you have, I don't know, say a solar shield enemy in front of you, and you use a solar, I don't know, let's say a submachine gun, just for shits and giggles. So if you fire that at the shield, what it does, it explodes the shield, and then it nukes nearby enemies. Now that sounds pretty freaking cool, to be honest. Like, there you are with, like, I don't know, a centurion or something with a shield on, and he's surrounded by like 2 or 3 of his buddies. You shoot the shield and boom, nukes them. I'm going to speculate that if the shield blows up, it might not be a good idea to stand too close, because it might actually backfire and hit you too. So that's just pretty much a summary of what happened over the weekend. I mean, every time I hear some new Destiny 2 news, it literally just blows my mind, and it just gets me even more pumped than I already am for the whole game. Like, I don't know whether it's just me. If you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the game, what you're most excited for. Now, on my channel, I'm not solely doing Destiny 2 videos. It just happens that because this is the first game that's coming out in the series that I'm reviewing and talking about, that I'm going to be talking a lot more about this. It's obviously a lot more information is coming out pretty much daily at the moment, so I'm going to be covering a fair amount of this. But don't worry, I will be covering other games as well. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and also subscribe. And I shall see you soon, fellow Destiny Seekers. Take care.